yoga class is going to be a little different. I hope you like it. I want to try doing yoga with weights. We're not going to do too many poses where we use the weights, mainly, well, pretty much only in the standing poses. So if you have dumbbells, that would be great. So I've got 2 kilo ones here. 1 kilo would probably be preferable for me. Obviously, if you're super strong, then use 5 kilo dumbbells or something. What we're going to be doing is in warrior, we'll be holding them, and then we're also going to do some biceps curls and some rows. If you don't have weights, which not everyone does, and why would you could use cans of beans or cans of tomatoes. They're going to be around half big, well, they're 400 gram, I think, but that is without the can, so yeah, 400 gramish. You could also fill up, if you have water bottles, half-liter water bottles, you could use those, or you could fill a water bottle, a reusable one. Obviously, you want to have 2, ideally. Or you could use wine bottles if you've got 2 around. They're roughly always the same size. So we're going to need 2 weights. So 2 cans of beans, 2 dumbbells, 2 water bottles, something like that. Other than that, prop-wise, you might want to have a block or a cushion, and maybe also the belt. So the belt will and the block will need during the seated poses or when we go onto the floor. I've not tried a weights yoga class before, so hopefully this is fun and a little experiment that you are going to join me in. Enjoy. So we're going to do a bit of a weights focused yoga class, which I haven't done before, so thanks for being my guinea pigs. So I've got dumbbells, I've got 2 kilo ones, but also, as I said, like cans of beans. I think I'm going to regret the 2 kilo ones, but that's literally the lightest that I could find. And we're going to start sitting cross-legged, just nice and relaxed here, and sit comfortably. So if you want to try to sit in half lotus, that's fine, or you could just have one foot in front of the other, or like stacked, whatever feels good. We're going to try and sit nice and tall, so shoulders and hips are stacked on top of each other. Also, if you wanted, so that would be more comfortable for you, you could also sit on a block or a cushion. That's sometimes quite comfortable. Hands are going to be on our knees, palms facing up, or you can also put your hands in your lap. And we're going to roll our shoulders up, back and down, so our chest is nice and open. And let's close our eyes. And breathe in and out through the nose, arriving on our mats, trying to be present, trying not to think of anything that has happened so far, that we're going to do later, that is coming next week. And as you breathe in and out through the nose, feel the movement through your body as your lungs fill with air, and as you exhale. Maybe notice where you're feeling the breath right now. You're feeling it more in your abdomen, in your belly, more in your ribs, more in your upper chest. If you've got problems feeling your breath, you could place your hand on your belly, or one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. Just take a few breaths here, connecting with your rhythm of your breath. Just take one deep breath here, really filling your lungs as fully as we can. And then exhale completely, squeezing out all the air by engaging our abdomen at the end. One more breath like that. Inhaling fully, feeling our chest rise, our abdomen expand. And exhaling completely, all the air coming out of the chest, the ribs, and squeezing out the belly, like squeezing out a wet towel. And now opening our eyes again. Lovely. We're going to do our mobilization seated. So let's have a few side stretches. So placing our left hand on our left side. And inhale, reaching our right arm up and over. Really reaching over. Inhale. And exhale, pushing into the left hand, right hand next to us, and other side. Inhale here, reaching up. Exhale, pushing into that hand. Inhale, other side. Nice. Reaching up. And exhale, pushing into the hand again, moving it faster. And inhale, reaching over. Exhale, pushing into the hand, other side, and we're staying here for a moment. Inhale. Inhale, reaching and breathing. Maybe opening our chest a tiny bit to the ceiling. Imagine you're trying to touch something that's just out of reach. And one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale, we're pushing into the left hand and we're reaching over now with the left. Lovely. Inhaling here. Reaching, stretching the hand, stretching the arm. Inhale. Exhale. Last inhale, reaching. And exhale, coming into center, pushing into the hand. Lovely, we're going to do a little twist. So, right hand, left knee, left hand behind us. Inhale, we're sitting up tall. Exhale, we twist. Inhale, we come through center. Left hand, right side, other side. And exhale, we twist. Lovely. Inhale, we're moving through. Left side again. Exhale, we twist. Inhale, left hand, right knee, and exhale, we twist. Last one, where we're going to stay. Right hand, left knee, left hand behind us. Inhale, sitting up tall. Exhale, we twist. We're twisting from the hip, from the shoulder, not from the neck. Inhale, sitting up tall. Exhale, we twist. One more full breath. Inhale here. Exhale. And inhale, we're moving through center, left hand, right side, and twisting over to the right. Inhale, we're sitting nice and tall. Exhale, we twist. Inhale, we stretch. Exhale, we twist again, twisting from the hip, the shoulder, not the neck. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, and inhale, we're coming through center. Lovely. Okay, we're doing a little forward fold, so we're going to walk our hands out in front of us, very gentle, maybe coming to our forearms, to our elbows, or maybe not. Staying here for 2 breaths. Alright, next inhale, we're going to push into our hands and we're going to gently, gently walk back. We're going to change our seat, so however we're sitting, whichever leg was on top or in front or in half lotus, we're moving it around. And we're going to do another little forward fold. Lovely, really nice. And we're staying here. Okay, inhale, pushing into our hands. We're walking back. And we're going to do a little shoulder mobilization because we're going to be using our arms with the weights today. So let's bring our arms to cactus arms. And inhale, let's bring our arms together. Exhale, let's open our arms up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. one more. Inhale, exhale. Let's touch our shoulders with our arms and let's make circles. So we're going to circle in, trying to bring our elbows to touch. They don't have to. And circle out. Nice and controlled circle in, circle out. One more time like this, circle in, circle out. And next time when our elbows touch, we're going to change direction. Other side. Lovely. Mobilizing those shoulders, already feeling our muscles working here. Really nice. And one more. And releasing. Maybe having a little shimmy off our shoulders. And let's do a tricep stretch. So we're going to reach our left arm up, place the left hand between, at the bottom of our neck or between our shoulder blades, and touching the elbow and just stretching here. Trying to aim pull the left elbow towards the ceiling. Okay, letting go, and other side. So right hand at the bottom of your neck between the shoulder blades and pulling, touching it with the left hand. Don't want to yank, you don't want to pull, you just want to help it a little bit, encourage it down a little. Okay, and release. Lovely. Maybe rolling the shoulders. As we're down here, we're going to put our weights at the front of our mat because that's where we're going to need them. And just having a look what I've got planned for us today. I don't think we might need a block later and a belt later, so if you've got that ready. Cool. So let's roll onto a tabletop. And from tabletop, we're going to directly in tabletop, our hands are shoulder width apart. Middle fingers are pointing forward. Our wrists, elbows, and shoulders are stacked. Our knees are shoulder width apart, hip width apart, and under the hips. And we're going to tuck our toes. We're going to lift our knees off the ground. So we're hovering here. We're going to stay here for 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're now going to push back already in our down dog. In our down dog, our middle fingers are still pointing forward. Our hands are in the same position as they just were. We're pressing into our whole palm, the whole hand, to protect our wrists. Shoulders are away from the ears. Shoulder blades are pushing slightly apart. We've got a nice flat back. If that means that we have to bend our knees, especially this early on in the class, that's absolutely fine. We're engaging the core. We're pulling the heels towards the mat. They do not have to touch the mat though, don't worry about that. And our feet are hip width apart, toes pointing forward. Stay here for 1 or 2 breaths, remembering, noticing what this feels like so we know what we're going to be doing as we move through our Sun Salutations. And now we're going to gently, gently walk our feet forward, baby steps along the mat, until our feet are behind our hands, hip width apart, and about, foot width, foot length behind our hands. And let's just hang here. If you want, you can bend your knees, or you could just let gravity do its thing. If you want, you can sway from side to side, dragging your fingers over the mat, or holding opposite elbows, whichever you prefer. Feeling the stretch in the back of your legs. Coming to stillness and center. Bending our knees, bringing our abdomen and our ribs in contact, chest in contact with our thighs. Tucking our chin to our chest, and we're gently, gently rolling up here. Lovely. Wonderful. Okay. One thing I want to do, just because we're working with weights and maybe strengthening our upper body, I want to show you a quick chaturanga before we get into it. So when we get into plank, you can come down knees, chest, chin, and then into a cobra. Or we could also do chaturanga. And for chaturanga, you're going to push a little forward, bring your weight a little forward, and then bend your elbows and come into almost like a tricep press up, and then move into an upward facing dog. If you don't want to do that, or you don't know if you can, what you could also do is come down on your knees and then do a half chaturanga. So do your chaturanga on your knees and then move into a cobra. So just that you know, there are these options. Instead of doing knees, chest, chin, I will, as always, give those options as we move through. And cool. Okay, let's start. We're starting in Tadasana for our Sun Salutations. So we're standing at the front of our mat. You can have your feet together to touch, or if you find it more comfortable, feet hip width apart. Wherever we are, we're going to lift our toes off the mat. We're going to spread them wide, and then lowering them one at a time. The little toe, second toe, middle toe, then the one next to the big toe, and then the big toe. Maybe lifting on your heels and coming down. And we're going to engage our perineum or pelvic floor. We're going to engage our arms and a little bit the glutes. Have a nice firm middle. We're going to inhale, rolling the shoulders up, back and down, opening our chest, palms facing forward. It's as if someone is pulling us by a string in the middle of our head. We're standing really tall, but we also want to tuck our chin ever so slightly to have a nice flat neck. Lovely. Mountain pose. We're standing proud, firm and tall as a mountain. Okay, with the next inhale, we're reaching our arms up. Exhale, engaging the core, and we're folding down. Hands either side of the feet, maybe bending the knees. Inhale, half forward fold. Hands to shins or fingertips to mat. Whatever you want. Exhale, hands down, and let's start by stepping, not by doing chaturanga. Stepping back with the right foot, follow with the left foot. Coming into a plank, and first of all, we're coming down knees, chest, chin, unless you want to do otherwise. Inhale, we're sliding forward into cobra. We're untucking our toes, elbows into the body, shoulders away from the ears, shoulder blades together. Looking forward. Exhale, we're tucking the toes and we're pushing back. Breathing here. Maybe stepping our feet in a little bit in our downward dog. Again, pressing into the whole hand. Flat back, looking to the space in between our toes. Breathing in and out through the nose the entire time. And if we forget about that, as soon as we get back into a down dog, trying to connect with your breath. Okay, inhale, we're stepping forward with the right foot. Follow with the left foot on the exhale. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins or fingertips to mat. Exhale, we're folding down, forward, forehead towards the shins, maybe bending the knees. Inhale, engaging the core, and we're coming up with a flat back. Exhale, hands into heart center. Lovely. Other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're folding down. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins or fingertips to mat. Exhale, hands down, we're stepping back with the left, followed by the right. Inhale here, exhale, knees down, chest down, chin down. Inhale, sliding forward, cobra, untucking the toes, lifting our chest, working those back muscles. Exhale, we're tucking the toes and pressing into our down dog, pushing into our down dog. Maybe stepping our feet in a little bit, pushing into the hands. Flat back, engaging those legs, pulling those heels towards the ground, making our calves work, our hamstrings work. And we're engaging our core a little bit. Breathing here, in and out through the nose. Lovely. Inhale, we're stepping forward with the left foot, followed by the right foot on the exhale. Inhale, hands to shins or fingertips to mat, half forward fold. Exhale, full forward fold. And inhale, engaging the core, we're coming up flat back. Exhale, hands into heart center. Lovely. We're going to be doing our fast pose with the weights in a second. So let's move. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins or fingertips to mat. We're stepping back with the right foot and we're staying here in this lunge. And this is where we're going to grab our weights, going to come up a little bit, and we're going to do rows. So we're moving back and you want to engage your core, keep the back flat, and we're pulling back. We're bringing our arms wide, I'll show you from the front maybe. Ooh, losing my balance, like this. Working our back muscles. 2 more, and great, letting go, placing those weights back at the front of our mat, in hands down in this lunge, stepping back with the left foot into a plank, and now you can come down, knees, chest, chin, or half chaturanga, or full chaturanga, whatever you want, and moving into our cobra or our upward dog. Lovely. Exhale, we're pushing into a down dog. Breathing here. And I'm going to step forward with the right foot. Again, let's grab our weights here and do the same thing again. 1, 2, really engaging the core. 3, flat back. 4, 5, placing the weights down, hands either side of the front foot. We're stepping forward with the left. Inhale, half forward fold, fingertips to mat, or fingertips to shin, edge to fall. Exhale, full forward fold. And inhale, engaging the core, coming up. Exhale, hands into heart center. Okay, a bit of a weird one, but the same thing on the other side. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're folding down. Inhale, half forward fold, fingertips to mat, hands to shins. Exhale, hands down, we're stepping back with the left foot. We're staying in this lunge, and again, we're grabbing our weights, having a nice flat back, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Placing the weights down, very nice. Feeling how that works our back and our shoulders. Stepping back with our right foot. Inhaling here, we're coming down, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga or half chaturanga. From chaturanga into up dog, and from the other two poses into a cobra. Exhale, we're pushing into down dog. Staying here, stepping our feet in maybe. Pushing into the hands, starting to feel warmer. Maybe our legs can go straighter. Maybe we're pressing into the hands, our forehead is coming closer to the mat. Okay, inhale, we're stepping forward with the left foot. We're grabbing our weights again. And we're doing it again. We're having a flat back, engaging our core, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're placing our weights down, and on the exhale, we're stepping forward with the right foot. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins or fingertips to mat. Exhale, full forward fold. And inhale, engaging the core, we're coming up with a flat back. So hands down center. Well done, guys. Cool. Another sun salutation, and we're going to do something else with the weights. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're folding down. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, you can either step or you could bend your knees and try to jump into a plank. Inhaling and plank, and we're coming down whichever way we want. Chaturanga, half chaturanga, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward double cobra. Exhale, into a down dog. We're placing the sole of our left foot on the mat, toes pointing towards the front corner of the mat. And we're stepping forward with the right foot into this low lunge. Here we're grabbing our weights and we're coming up and we're coming into a warrior two. And here I really wish I had lighter weights. And we're holding our arms out. Holding our arms out. We're looking at our body as well, making sure that our body is flat in line with the long edge of the mat. We're looking towards our front hand, the right hand. One more breath here. Bending that front knee. Okay, and lowering the arms, straightening that front leg, turning our toes in. And our toes are going to be pointing out towards, away from us, towards the short edges of the mat. And we're going to come into our goddess pose. So for that, we're bending our knees, coming into a bit of a squat. We're going to try and keep our, as we're looking down at our knees, trying to not have them fall in. If I can show you from the side. So as we come down, we don't want our knees to flop in like this, but push our knees out a little bit. We're going to bring our upper arms on the outside of our body. Arms are bent. We're going to do curls here. 1, 2, 3. Maybe sinking a bit deeper in the legs. 4. That's probably like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. We can drop those weights at the front of our mat. Step back into a downward facing dog. Stay here for a few breaths. Okay, either stepping forward with the right foot and then the left, or if you want to try and jump, bending your knees, looking at the space between your thumbs, jump forward. And if you jump and you're only halfway in the mat, it's fine, just keep walking. Inhale, forward fold, hands to shins or fingertips to mat. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, we're engaging the core and we're coming up. Exhale, hands into heart center. Lovely. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So, inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're folding down. Inhale, half forward fold, fingertips to mat or hands to shins. So hands down, either stepping or bending the knees and jumping into a plank. Inhaling and plank, and we're coming down, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, half chaturanga. And inhale, coming into cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, we're pushing into our hands and coming into a down dog. And in down dog, we're placing the sole of the right foot down now, toes pointing to the front corner of your mat. We're stepping forward with the left foot. We're grabbing our weights here, or our bottles, or our bean cans, and we're going to come into, into our warrior two with our weights. Bending into that front knee, making sure the knee doesn't fall out. Flat body, arms held out right. Lovely. Stay here for another 3, 2, 1. Lowering the arms, controlled. Turning the left foot in. Gosh, I was confused there. And toes pointing to the corners of our mat, so pointing out a little bit. And again, we're bending our knees here, making sure that our knees don't fall in too much. So to begin with, you could even help with your hands. We're going to bring our arms either side of our body, and we're going to curl. 10, 9, 8, bending a bit deeper in the legs. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Can lower those weights down and hands down and stepping into a downward dog. Staying here for a few breaths. Really nice. Okay, either stepping forward with the left and then the right, or if you want to try and jump, bending our knees, looking in between our fingers and jumping forward. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins and fingertips to mat. Exhale, full forward fold. And inhale, engaging the core, we're coming up with a flat back. So hands and down, and down. Amazing. Well done, guys. I hope that was fun. And we're going to do a balance now, and here I'm definitely not going to use my 2 kilo weights, but my bean cans. Our balance is going to be tree, and we're going to be standing with our arms out, hence the switch from 2 kilo weights. I'm not that strong. So we're going to stand. Depending on whether I was with my bean cans, it's quite handy because I can stack them now, but I think normally would need the help of one of our hands. So let's just come into a low tree, standing on our left. You can either have your toes even on the ground. Actually just try this with the weights. Toes on the ground, and that way you're helping yourself with the balance because you might need extra help, or bring your foot to your calf. Try not to have your foot on your knee because that is quite a gentle joint, and stretching out, standing here like, I don't know, like a diver or that statue in Rio de Janeiro. Stand here for another 3, 2, 1. Lowering the arms, letting go of the foot. Nice. The next one's going to be the challenge because our arms are already tired. So let's do the same thing on the other side. Standing on the right, either having our foot on the ground or against our calf, and stretching out. If you wanted, you could change the arm shape, reach them up, whatever you want to do. Standing here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Letting go of the arms, letting go of the balance. Well done. Lovely. That was really great. And we're going to come through a vinyasa, and we're going to do dolphin, which is where we're on our forearms and we're sort of rocking. I'll show you. So we're going to go from down dog, we're going to drop onto our knees, we're coming on our forearms, I'm going to walk in and work our shoulders like that. But we're going to do that from a vinyasa to get to the floor. Okay, so standing at the front of our mat, feet together, toes touching, maybe lifting the toes, spreading them wide, lowering them one at a time, lifting our heels, engaging our core, perineum, and inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're folding down. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, stepping or jumping into a plank. Last vinyasa, so maybe trying a jump. And last time we're coming through to the ground, so maybe doing chaturanga, lowering halfway, sliding into a upward dog or cobra. Exhale, pushing into a down dog, and in down dog, lowering our knees, lowering onto our forearms, and now lifting our knees off the mat again and stepping in, walking our feet a bit towards us. And here we're going to rock forward and back, forward and back. Forward means we're bringing our head more over our hands, and back means we're pushing our head back, forward and back, forward, back, one more, forward and back, and coming onto our knees, coming into a brief child's pose. Hui. We're going to do one more dolphin. Let's have a little rest before we do. from child's pose. Let's come into kneeling and bring our forearms on the ground. Our forearms are shoulder width apart. Our fingers are super wide. Middle fingers are pointing forward. So our hands are pretty much the same as they are in down dog, just with the forearms on the ground. And come up onto our toes, so come up from kneeling, maybe walking our feet in a tiny bit, and then we're going to rock forward, bring our shoulders forward, our face sort of towards our noses between our thumbs, but obviously not on the floor, above the floor. Pushing back, coming forward, pushing back, coming forward, pushing back, coming forward, and one more, pushing back, coming forward onto our knees into a child's pose. Maybe have a sigh if you want, inhaling. One more, inhaling. Okay, let's bring our hands under our shoulders and push into kneeling. Lovely. Gonna have a little break now from all those super intense weight poses as we come into stretching our legs out a bit. And if you have a belt and you want to use it, get your belt ready, because you're going to come into Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. So with your belt, you bring the belt around your feet, or you could just reach for your calves or your ankles. Sitting up tall, inhale, arms up, exhale, we're rolling, reaching forward, either holding our belt, or holding our calves, holding our feet, trying to keep our chest nice and open, back nice and flat. Inhale and exhale, maybe pulling a bit more on our feet. We're looking towards our big toes as we breathe here. Okay, inhale, we're looking up, we're lengthening our arms, and exhale, we're sliding up. Lovely. We're going to bring our right leg in so that the sole of our right foot is against our inner thigh for Vrksasana, head to knee pose. If you have a belt and you want to use it, you could bring that around your straight leg. The toes of the left foot, front, a straight leg are flexed. We're going to do this little micro twist that I've been talking about. So our chest is not facing in between our legs, but our chest is facing our straight leg. We're going to inhale, arms up, sitting tall, engaging our core, and exhale, we're folding forward. We're either holding our calf, our ankle, our foot, or our belt. And again, drishti, focus point, is our big toe. And we're looking at, again, keeping our chest nice and open, flat back, hinging from the hip. And breathing here. And from here, we're now going to bring the left arm to the inside of the left leg. Maybe you can put your left arm on the floor. If you can't put it on the floor, it's okay if it's just on the shin. And we're going to twist here. We're coming into a twisted Vrksasana, reaching our right arm over our head, twisting here. Imagine your left foot is against the wall, and with your right hand you're trying to touch that same wall, trying to stack your shoulders on top of each other. Breathing here, maybe looking at your right hand, the top hand, or just looking straight ahead depending on what's comfortable for your neck. Okay, and with the next inhale, we're looking down and we're releasing the pose. Lovely. We do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to stretch our right leg out, left foot in towards our groin, towards our seat. Depending on where you are, there might be a little gap there. And maybe if you're like, oh, today I don't fancy this, you could also place your foot actually against your calf. Really depends on what feels good to your body. Great. So again, if you have a belt and you want to use it, place that ready around your foot. That micro twist, our chest is facing our flexed right foot. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're hinging from the hip, grabbing the calf, ankle, foot, belt, looking towards the big toe or the second toe, and staying here for a few breaths. Really nice. In and out through the nose, breathing gently, using the breath as our anchor for these challenging poses. Next inhale, we're lengthening arms, we're looking up, and we're going to now place that right arm on the inside of the right leg or on the right shin. And we're going to see if we can twist open, opening our chest to the room, shoulders stacked on top of each other. Again, imagine your foot is against the wall and you're trying to touch the same wall with your fingertips. For our twisted Vrksasana, Virabhadrasana. Breathing here. And inhale, we're looking down, and we're gently coming out of this pose. Lovely. We're bringing that right leg in, and we're going to do fire log pose. So really nice glute stretch here. If you've got a block, you might want to use the block. We're going to start with our right leg on top. And so we're sitting with our legs, it's almost like we're sitting in a just nice cross-legged position, but our legs are, we're sitting facing out the front of our mat. Our legs are parallel with the edge of our mat. And we're going to try and stack them on top of each other. And you can have your right foot on top of your right knee. You could also have your right foot beyond your right knee if you want a stretch in your right glutes to be more intense. If you want it less intense, you could bring your foot in a little bit. And if your foot is on your knee and there's quite a big gap between your right knee and the left foot that's on the bottom, that's where you could bring in your block or a cushion or something, because that can then create that contact and that makes it a bit more comfortable. But wherever we are, we're going to sit here and we're going to do eagle arms. So we're going to touch our right shoulder with the left hand, bring our right arm around the elbow, and we're going to lift the left hand, and either we're going to stay here, or if you can, see if you can touch the palms. And if you don't want to do that at all, you could also just hug your shoulders like that. And wherever we are, we're going to try and do a little forward fold. You don't have to come very far, don't have to bring your elbows to the ground, just hinge forward. And by hinging forward, maybe intensifying that stretch in your right glute. And by hinging forward, you're also going to be intensifying that shoulder stretch. Let's stay here for 3 more breaths, but really be gentle with yourself. If your shoulders are hurting, if your hips are not happy, niggling, then please come out. And with the next inhale, we're going to engage our core and we're going to gently come up, releasing our arms first. Maybe rolling our shoulders, whatever feels good. And now we're going to change our legs around. So the right leg is now on the ground. The left foot is coming onto the right knee, so the meaty part above your knee. You could either move it further over, away from the thigh, or more into the thigh to take intensity out. And if you've got your block and there is a big gap between your knee and your foot, you can place that block there as well. Just working with your own body, your unique body. Only you know what feels good to you. Now we're going to do eagle arms the other way. So we're going to touch our left shoulder with our right hand, cross our left arm around our right elbow, and then we're going to lift our right hand off the shoulder and either staying here with the backs of the hands touching, or if you can, bring the palms of the hands together. You can either sit here, or if you want to try, hinging forward a little bit to intensify the stretch on your left glute and on those shoulders. Inhale, we're coming up, and exhale, we're releasing our arms, maybe rolling our shoulders, and releasing our legs, maybe shaking our legs out a little bit. Lovely. Cool. Going to move our belt, and we're going to do a shoulder stretch now. We might want a cushion or a block. So we're going to lie on our bellies. We're going to use the block as a pillow, and I'll show you first so you can see it, because once you're lying on your belly you can't really see this. So I'm going to stretch my right shoulder first. So my right arm is stretched out. I'm going to place my right cheek on the block, and I'm going to roll over on my side and bring that top leg, the left leg, behind me. And I'm going to stretch my shoulder here. And you can see if you can reach, can I reach your hand? You could also see if you want to bend both knees, and show you from the other side. If you have your hand in front of your chest, so now my left arm is behind me, my right hand is in front of my chest, you can then sort of rock yourself a bit over your shoulder or a bit more towards this side to take intensity out and stretch your shoulder that way. So if you want to do that together now, let's lie on our bellies and have our arms out like a capital T. And let's start on the right side. So our right cheek is on the mat or on a block or on a cushion. Our right arm is stretched out to the side, palm into the ground, fingers nice and wide. And we're rolling over onto our right side so that our hips are stacked on top of each other. And we're going to place that left foot, the foot of the top leg behind the other leg, and just stay here for a moment, see how this feels, and rock, maybe experimenting a bit. If you can go a little bit further, taking a bit out, rolling more towards your belly again, rolling a bit more towards your back, and staying wherever you like. If you're feeling like, oh, I think there's a bit more room to go, you could bend your other leg as well. That will make it a little bit more intense. But really with your shoulders, you want to be careful. You do not want to hurt your shoulders. Staying here. And maybe if you want, you could see if you could reach with your left fingers, touch your right fingertips by bending them up. Stretching your hand as well. Stay for one more breath. Now, if you've bent your right leg, the bottom leg, stretch that out. Bring that left leg on top of the right leg and gently, gently rolling onto your belly. Maybe if you have the block as a pillow, moving that for a moment and just lying on your belly with your left cheek to the ground. Arms just in front of your head. Really relaxed here for one moment. Releasing that intense shoulder stretch. Okay. We do the same thing on the other side now. So if you have your block as a pillow, place that under your head Bring your left cheek on the block. Stretch your left arm out the side. It's at shoulder level, that left arm. Palm is into the ground. And we're going to roll onto our side now, so that our left hip is on the ground, but only on its sort of knife edge. Right leg is on top. We're going to bring that right foot on the ground behind our left leg. And we can place our right hand in front of our chest. And here, just experiment again, rocking from side to side, looking a bit more towards your belly to take the stretch out, more towards your shoulder, towards the back to intensify the stretch. If you feel there's a bit more gas left in the tank, maybe bending that right leg too, maybe seeing if you can reach those left fingers with the right hand, with the right fingers. I'd stay here for another breath or two, but being really, really careful. Okay, if you've bent your bottom leg, the left leg, please straighten it. Then if you're holding your fingers to release that, bring your right hand in front of your chest. Bring that right leg on top of the left leg and gently rolling onto our tummies. Moving that block if you used it. And lying on your tummy with the right cheek on the mat now. Just relaxing here for a moment. Releasing the stretch in the left shoulder. Okay, let's bring our hands under our shoulders and gently press up and press into a child's pose. From child's pose, we're bringing our hands under our shoulders and we're pressing up. We're going to come onto our backs now. Slightly awkward transition, sorry about that. And here, we're going to do a bridge, but we're going to do a bridge with our weights. I'm going to use them again. And we're going to take our weights so that they're by the side of our body. And leave them for a moment. And we're going to, for bridge, we're bending our knees. We're bringing our feet as close to our glutes as we can. Our feet and our knees are hip width apart. And let's start with a gentle bridge. So we're going to inhale, exhale here. And with the next inhale, we're going to tuck our pelvis, lifting our lower back, middle back, upper back. And let's just stay here, palms into the ground, gentle. And on the next exhale, we're going to lower down, upper back, middle back, lower back, and then untucking the pelvis. Lovely. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring our weights on our lower belly. The dumbbells are quite good, but if you have water bottles, you can lie them on your belly so that they're sort of parallel with your legs, I guess, and your arms. And you can place your hands gently on your weights so that they don't roll around. You're going to inhale, exhale here. If it's super uncomfortable with the weight on your lower belly, on your lower abdomen, then please remove it. And with the next inhale, we're tucking our pelvis and we're pushing up, keeping our weights in place. What we're going to do here is we're going to pulse. So we're gently lowering our glutes so that they just kiss the floor and then lift up again. Drop down, lift up. So we're working our bottom here. Drop down, lift up. Let's do 3 more of these. We'll drop down, lift up. Trying to keep our knees parallel. Try not to have them fall out. Lift up, drop down, lift up. And as we next drop down, we come to the floor, we remove those weights, we hug our knees into our chest, and we rock from side to side. Really good, really nice. Going to bring our legs wide, knees bent, and we're going to come into a happy baby. So either you could even grab behind your thighs, grab your calves, your ankles, all your feet. If you're holding your feet, your arms are going on the inside of your knees and you're holding the outside of your feet. And pulling our knees into our body, maybe rocking from side to side, a playful happy baby that's rocking from side to side, if that's comfortable. And then coming into center, pulling our knees into our body one more time, really pulling, 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 then releasing those feet, stretching our legs out, and coming into a final relaxation pose in Shavasana. Feet falling out in Shavasana, maybe moving our weights a little out of the way depending on where they are. Our palms are facing up. Palms are about 3 inches, 15 centimeters away from the hips. Feet are falling out, feet are hip to mat width apart. Shoulder blades are on the ground, shoulders away from the ears, eyes closed. Breathing here. Welcoming the quiet. Enjoying this moment of calm. Noticing how our body feels. Do our muscles feel stronger or more tired? Do we feel heavier or lighter? Just relaxing, enjoying this moment. Trying to let go of any tension in your face. No muscles tight. Smooth forehead. Our eyes are soft. Teeth slightly separated so your jaw doesn't clench. Tongue just lying still in the mouth. Focusing on our breath. Trying not to think of anything else. Just for a minute or two. slowly come back to the room. Maybe any smells or other sounds. Come back to your body by moving your wrists, your fingers, your ankles and toes. Maybe have a yawn. Stretching your arms overhead. Bring your feet together. Make a nice full body stretch. And let go. Hugging your knees into your chest. And rocking from side to side for a little lower back massage. And then dropping over to your right. Making a pillow out of your right upper arm. Left hand in front of your chest. One breath here. Inhale. Exhale. And with the next inhale, we're pressing into that left hand. And gently coming back up to seated. Sitting however is comfortable for you. And let's make one nice big circle. Inhaling with our arms. Exhale, hands down. Let's bring our thumbs to our third eye, to the space between our eyebrows for clear and kind thoughts. Thumbs to our throat for clear and kind words. And some thumbs to our heart for clear and kind feelings to others and to ourselves. Bow down with gratitude to the practice of yoga and gratitude for moving today. Thank you so much. I hope this slightly different class was still fun.